amazing codes the last few days, so like 4 days ago, and half of you built up or signed up in the last 4 days. Yeah, so it's how it works, and this is how we prepare as well alignments, sessions, workshops, courses, teachings, trainings, is we prepare ourselves in advance to understand what will be received, and therefore the energy will gather and bring themselves together.
So on the higher level,
it's like that.
Your higher self
like
and your guide
signals.
Recognize that there is a new code being received and you want it to be received. So somehow you get guided to like, okay, I'm going to attend this because you want to receive that. Yeah. It was very noticing that how it's built up immediately the last 5 days once we received that new code.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining. It's gonna, it's a bit squeezy, and I like the joke like it's squeeze me. Squeeze me. So make yourself comfortable as much as you can, and we always love to see the excitement, the commitment, the dedication, and all of you in the room have already been into the session on Mondays or courses or trainings online, whatever, like all of you guys, so there won't be any briefing. Instead, we are going to speak a little bit about the session tonight. I hope you had a little bit of fasting, you rested well, that you breaked all your intentions as well.
Clean diet at least.
That you also reflected on your last cycle, the 2018 cycle, your intention for the upcoming cycle as well. So that's what that was your work before coming here. So most of you may know what it's all about tonight, this Stargate. Who are we missing in the room? Who is like in the kitchen?
Someone just left from here.
On the washroom maybe.
Okay, yeah, of course.
I think that's sorry.
Where do you find it?
Just a cushion on the kitchen chair.
Check one.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. You have more in the healing room behind. Like,
we have
make yourself at home.
Yeah. In the healing room we have some.
Or if you don't use all the...
Do you have any?
No, like it's almost everything gone. If you have extra cushions...
It's a 3 hours and a half. You want to be comfortable. I understand.
Yeah.
For me, mostly I will be standing also, so it's not a big deal for you.
Yeah, we try to stand a little bit. Okay. All right. So, the solstice, the winter solstice, this beautiful stargate that is every year, but as we mentioned, each planetary alignment, each cosmic event is bringing more light, more frequency that we are able to embed, to receive, to connect with, and to fructify. So this beautiful stargate that has started on the 12th of November and is completing on the 21st is where Gaia aligned with the galactic center in its 0 point. So you all know the 0 points as of now, as we are practicing it in each energy work. So we are going to align our 0 point to the 0 point of the Earth, to the 0 point of the central sun, to the 0 point of the galaxy, to make it short. In that 0 point, you will have access to the solar cosmic Christ light that is available to us today. Like every day, but especially in that stargate. What's happening is this great wave of energy. We are going to harvest and harness that energy. This wave is palpable, is electric, is magnetic, and is gravitational energy. It's helping you and will bring you the opportunity to lift up to a new level of consciousness and elevation. This golden gate is opening, as I mentioned the words just before, but I'm going to pronounce it again. So this golden gate is opening to higher frequency of the solar cosmic crystal light. This ascension level that we are tapping into now is allowing you to bring more 5D, more ascension into your lives. who is coming right now that we have the space into the room?
More people. We have a couple of people around you. We need to.
Hi, Said. Find a space. Squeeze, squeeze. Find some knees and laps.
So we have the new people who haven't accessed the 0 point before.
Yeah,
And there is another
mentioned.
brief I'm going to also
Yeah,
add
George will follow up with the brief.
for the surprise and the gift of tonight.
Yes. So if you want more cautions, it's behind in the healing room. So coming back to the stargates. Each solstice brings more balance. Whatever is unbalanced in your life will pop up like mushrooms in your face. And this energy is, one more time, is when you tap into it, when you harvest those energies, when you are calling for them with all your intentions, all your readiness, those energies will allow you to bring and to fructify all your intentions in a quantum field of possibilities. This 12 number, I'm sure you know about that 12 number thingy, but the 12 and the 21 is a mirror in terms of
energy,
yeah, energy, structure, sacred sequence. This mirroring brings oneness, brings union. The 12 number is a sacred sequence, a sacred symbol that is a universal ascension code. Signifies deep within, it signifies the attainment of the 12-dimensional crysted divinity. And it's linked to our 12 dimensions, or dimensional selves, linking to our 12 strands of DNA, linking to the 12 Ascension teaching of Metatron, linking to the 12 families that are seeded humanity, the 12 families or tribes of the Galactic Central Sun. So all of this is linked. And the 12 number is what we are going to harvest in those sessions as well, like all those energy and frequencies behind, within. So tonight, we invite you to celebrate into this light and to be this, beyond that pillar of light, to, what is the word that I'm looking for? To, not to anchor, but to be the structure of this crystalline grid, or the Christ grid. Now, around this solstice, I understood it's all about the solar cosmic Christ light. One of the surprise that we have received a couple of days ago, beyond the Christ consciousness work, embodiment, Christ halo that we've been receiving and transmitting through the sessions, the seed of unity, we have received the Christ heart. And maybe Baby would like to discuss more about that.
I mentioned for them to prepare intentions and collecting the 2008 and 2009, and then I will mention this.
All right. So
the gift of the time.
So that will be the second part of the session, actually. So you were like reflecting on it today, how it's going to be flowing through the 3 hours. So we're going to prepare yourself physically through breathing, a couple of movements, chakra tapping, and entering the heart resonance. So you've been attuned now to the heart resonance. So you're going to go through it. One will reach the 144, or at least the alignment with the central sun. We are going to bring our lessons and growth of this cycle, releasing what is not an alignment anymore, or releasing the lesson that we've been collecting, and focusing on the growth for the next cycle. This understanding and your complete focus on towards it will bring this strands. So we saw like strands, like golden Christ strands coming in your system, And when this will be set, where your intention will anchor into the Ascension timeline, it will be collapsing into that center, to your 0 point, and then from there we're going to build your Christ heart. Those who have received the seed of unity before will be able to receive the Christ heart. Those who haven't received it before will get the seed of unity through the channeling.
So, few part phase of this tonight, all concentrating on the winter solstice and this shift from the 2018-2019. Considerably, like this is like how we do the New Year resolution basically, but this is the proper shift into the alignment, into the galactic alignment. So 1st of Jan is just number we mentioned, but actually winter solstice is the actually marcation of how we go through the seasons. So it will be the highest daylight and the highest day night on the north hemisphere and south hemisphere. So that's basically of these couple of days will be the window of that shift. So that's what's important. All the learning of 2018
of your 12-month cycle,
of the old cycle, you put your intention to collect the learning and the growth and release the story, because sometimes we stuck with the story, right? It's not about the story, it's about what is the learning from that story, what happened in 2018. So you focus on, okay, I'm going to collect all my growth and all my learning from that 2018, and now I'm going to prepare myself for 2019 with a new trajectory or new intention, resolution of more expansion, more light. Of course, we are working on the ascension and the Christ consciousness, so it'll be more harmony, more ascension, more awakening, more love, more harmony, more peace, all kind of things. And I'm going to energize this, of course, through the ascension. So that's part, including the heart resonance. For the people who doesn't know the heart resonance, so I guess everyone been with us for a while, so you are familiar, except I think one person. I hope that, I know you attend with us one of the heart resonance before? Yes? Yeah. No. So, yeah.
You've seen him in that
yes,
yeah, but it's
correct.
You linked.
So, basically, it's nothing complicated, but there is just a sense of grasping the idea of we are building energy through the heart gates. That's the idea we need to understand. So we go to first heart resonance 0 point, where Mathilde was mentioning. It's very important to understand that is a space available to us, to everyone, when you go to inside your heart without any story. So you drop all the story, drop everything, and you just be. Existence itself, because we are existence, become available, and then we can enter and access everything in the universe because there is no limitation anymore blocking us. That is 0 point. It's very important to somehow realize it and allow yourself to witness it within you. Everyone have it. But when, let's say, we haven't heard about it or never focus on it, you don't know that you have that access. So one of the ways to access it is you drop your story and you just be. You've heard of many times about being in the present moment, for example. That's one of the way.
And the way to receive those energy is basically through resonance and harmonics. So if it circulates from one point to another point, from one heart to another heart, and the access of the heart is through the 0 point. So remember that, resonance and harmonics, and it's all about those energy practice to reach your 0 point, to embed those lights, those uncoded lights with the ascension frequencies.
So after that we build up the energy more further, if level 1 and 2 and many other levels, chakras start joining and so on. We'll guide you through it. But as Mathilde was mentioning, we always keep in the background in our mind, it doesn't matter where we are reaching high or not, because we can, of course, we still always have that 0 point access that connects us with everything. The rest is just we experiencing and expanding to experience life basically in many dimensions. Yet the 0 point is always available. That bit of realization, maybe a bit of practice sometime to get it, to visualize it, to see it, to witness it. But I would assume if you allow yourself to witness, dropping all the story, you see yourself, you can witness that existence, you can witness that being in this present moment without any limitation. And that is one of the important key to bring any access to our energy. So that we'll guide you through the heart resonance and build up, and then we go through chakras, higher gates, We're going to call for the higher self. I assume everyone understand higher self by now. I hope so. If it's not, simple is imagining your non-physical aspect, so you in the spirit world, let's say, in the highest form, you can imagine yourself. That's the simpler way you can visualize your higher self and bring that energy to you. And then you imagine that you and your higher self experiencing this reality, basically. You're going to work on this persona, this physical body, to grow the DNA expansion, crystallining, bringing new energy. And tonight specifically we're going to work about something very special. I assume it becoming more available on Earth recently. It's always available, I would say, but now it's becoming more accessible to many people, even if they haven't studied any tradition, I would say. What we receive is one of the most important key through our upgrade into this ascension and this expansion, this new realization for all of humanity, that the heart and our physical body, our energy body, can access even more higher dimensional body or higher dimensional plane of existence even. And the only way to operate there, I would say, or have that access and being more able to channel that energy or be in that state of that higher plane, is you need a very refined structure. So the physical body cannot utilize that high energy efficiently. So the things that I will receive is those higher beings, higher guides, angelic realms, star families, ascended master, they always teach. This is one aspect, of course they have many aspects. This one aspect for the ascension is, if your physical body and your energy body grown up enough, then you can construct, that's what they say to me basically, construct this new gate in your light, in your heart, and they call it the Christ heart. That Christ heart can utilize within your system any energy coming from those higher dimensions. Basically, you have access to infinite supply of the unconditional love. We always have access to it, yet the physical body is so used to eat food, physical plane. With that new upgrade or construct, that it's not, supposedly it's not new, but we have forgotten that access a long time ago. To reconstruct that, we need some higher being who knows that energy, who knows that construct. So archangels recently, they were coming, as we mentioned many times, to fulfill their promise to support in the intervention, to give all the pillar of light the support to reconstruct that Christ heart in their light body, so they can utilize the 5D and beyond. Without that Christ heart, so even if you don't want to use the Christ, you can use anything. It's just very high advanced heart, let's say. But the Christ is because connect us with the Christ consciousness. It's very important consciousness right now on the earth. By utilizing that construct, it's like a building, start growing. Then your higher dimensional body will become more available to you, and you can actually tap between all those dimensions. And the way that I saw it also, that it will be very important years later to have this, because otherwise the physical body without those higher dimension cannot survive the higher dimension. Your physical body plainly depend on food and resource.
The earth resources.
The earth resources. Doesn't understand higher dimension. When you're constructing this, then the physical body with those higher dimension become one light body, higher dimensional light body. Then you can utilize those and become part of this Christ consciousness or infinite resource of the unconditional love. This is what so far understood. And the second phase is 2019. For many pillar of light, they will have their guidance and their, like how you guys came right now, when we receive this, how to extend it further and further. And it will be so, the way they said it, will be so obvious, not obvious, they said, like people, they will see that light, that extended light within your system, because you have accessed this energy, and it will affect all your reality in many ways. Now, for the people who haven't been building their system so far, including Murkaba, including higher dimensional chakras, including diamond light body, including I'm just counting all the things that would be required for this construct to be built on top of it. If you don't have them, it will be way difficult to build that. Another one is higher gates, exactly, the 9 gate, 10 gate. If you haven't done none of these, and something called the seed of unity, which is also in the heart. So many of the things, if you haven't done none of them, that means your light body won't be able, is not expanded enough to hold the new construct. So the Archangel said, you will not be left alone. They will extend the invite for whoever willing to join that expansion and being part of, I'll mention something else about the alliance in a while, being part of the pillar of light and having the Christ heart, they will extend the seed of unity first. Seed of unity can be sent to anyone, basically. The seed of unity need to be flourished with a lot of love and light, and then your structure will be hold enough of energy, and if you're willing to continue, you'll get your guidance and you will be receiving the Christ heart on the right time when your structure is stable, strong enough to hold it. That's what being said. The other part is, for the pillar of light, we've been with us for a while. You know that we recently, not very recently, just recently comparing to the last year, our work or our channels connecting with the star family extended to the angelic realms, specifically archangelic realms of Sirius, Arcturus, and Pleiades. And at the end of the session, at the second part of session, we're going to call for their intervention or assistance for constructing this Christ heart, and they will extend invite to hold the light, as we talk about it many times. And this time they are working on more 3-folded light of Sirius, Arcturus, and Pleiades. So here you check with your own higher self, with own discernment, I would say, if this is what you would like to be as a pillar of light holding the light. And then if you feel that's a calling for you, then you will send your permission or calling that you are ready to be pillar of light for those 3-folded light of the star Sirius, and they will be announcing themselves as higher dimensional star alliance that working with the Earth now very closely, was not available before, I would say, those star alliance of those archangels with that way that they are doing. So that's your own call. I know many people who's our students been with us for a while, they already made the call, and today while we are opening the vortex, it was 5:30. Few people came from our students who work with us for a while.
To the house.
They just came in. We were opening the vortex and the Archangel was still here preparing, and then I start channeling. And they heard their message that they already know that they need to hold the energy, and they already agreed on that expansion of being part of the Archangel's alliance and holding the light. So at the beginning it's very simple, it's just holding the light of those gates coming through the stars, coming from our sun, coming from the central sun. It's just pure light, and this will grow in your structure for next phase of awakening, next phase of being in service to fellow human, with your healing, with your work, whatever is you will feel connected to. So this is the invite basically. So those what I mentioned right now, it's up to you to how you connect, how you call for, if you are ready to have that connection, then your higher self and your spirit guide, they will work with the archangels and you receive whatever you need to receive. If that is not your calling yet, that's fine. You can still receive the seed of unity. Seed of unity is an amazing construct also, you can add it to your system. It will bring you more of this unity consciousness in your system, so you see your reality become more harmonious, because everyone will start recognizing we are one consciousness, and that will, you will witness it in your reality. It become very helpful and very useful for the earth, of course.
So there is nothing to to ask for, in a sense, like I want this, I want this, I want this. Remember, in your 0 point, you are in a space where everything is available to you. Surrender to those energies, surrender to your multidimensional gate, surrender to all that you think you know. Just surrender there. It's okay if you don't understand everything that we say. Actually, I'm going to brief a little bit for you guys at the back, but you don't need to understand everything that we say. To analyze what will happen, just dive into those energies as if you were supported by a liquid plasma field and bath into it. In your 0 point, you will receive what you need to receive today. You will tap into consciousness that are ready to communicate with you, or you are ready to connect with. There is nothing to force, nothing to, I want, neither. All right? It will come to you. If you are here, you have already agreed to certain parts. Now surrender.
Well, if you are here already,
yeah, like
that means
you have already answered to the
you have
calling.
some calling, definitely, and that's why you came to winter solstice for 3 hours and a half practice, just for FIY.
Yeah. There will be so we use our voice to tune the energy, to tune frequencies, and to call for specific frequencies and energies as well. So you will hear us, especially George, singing in a special way, which is like toning. There will be light language, light transmission, light codes, most probably that will happen. Channeling as well. Sometimes the consciousness that comes through the channel will introduce themselves, sometimes not, but that's messages that you need to receive in the room. So please surrender. Do not analyze. The more you surrender, the more the energy are in one morphogenic field, are aligned, are in full synchronicity, and we are bathing into one plateau, one platform. All right. So this would be very good to have to reach that. We have started the quantum leap on Monday. For those who were here on Monday. Last Monday, and Rob beautifully explained what happened during the session, so thank you for putting words in it, because we usually don't describe everything that happens, so thank you for that. And the quantum leap have already started, so allow yourself to give yourself the permission to also quantum leap into higher frequencies or higher ascension 5D frequency. So you are creating a new cycle with all your growth, with all your commitment, all your dedication, all your excitement, all your soul mission that has been planned for you from the beginning and that is available to you. You only need to tap into it and to remember it, right?
All right. Thank you for Facebook, for watching us.
Thank you guys.
And see you soon with more connection.
And if you want the replay, ask Georgie.
Yes. Send me